Good morning. I am literally sicker than hell today. As you can probably see, I look like shit. But I got some mail and I wanted to share it with everyone. The first thing I'm gonna open, and pretty sure I know what it is. Okay, let's see. It's a book that I've been waiting for a long time. Yep. So this is The Horse is Good by none other than Viggo Mortensen. So wow. So it's a photo journal of a lot of the adventures he had, like with Hildago. Beautiful. This was a bit of an investment, not gonna lie, but worth it. It was hard to find. Alright, and then this is a letter from Bestie Andrew. There's something in here. Like it's a card, but everyone knows what. Oh, hold on, this is what was in there. He knows they have a lanyard with all these pins on it, and so that's the pin. Let me read this, see if I don't cry. Very sweet. That's very sweet. I miss my friends so much. I've been isolating a lot more than I'd like to admit, but I hope that changes soon. Anyways, a bit of a book update. So I've been reading Hazelthorn, and so this book definitely like they actually have a trigger warning in the beginning of this book. C.G. Drews in the author's note. That's not in the author's note. Where is it? Oh, it's before the author's. No, wait. Where did I read a trigger warning in this book? Am I stupid? Oh, it's in the author's note. Okay. Took me long enough, but the last sentence of the author's note says, I hope you enjoy the collision of magic and love and horror, but please be aware this story contains dark themes such as blood, gore, child abuse, medical abuse, ableism, eating disorders, and body horror. I can attest to that. Definitely, if those are some things that like you don't think you can necessarily like sit with through a whole book, don't put yourself through it. Like there are so many other books you can read, but this is you know, it's giving like similar like just botanical horror vibes, and then there is some body horror, which I am super bad with, so I'll be like reading it like, you know, but it has, I've only like gagged like actually once, and I'm about halfway through the book, And yeah, it's very, very interesting. I'm not sure, like, I had like an expectation going into the book because I like going into not only books but movies, shows, like not knowing a whole lot about the plot. Like the basics is good, but like I hate how, like, sometimes a like prerequisite to a book, movie, or like TV show, like they're spoiling all the best parts. That's why I avoid movie trailers, to be honest with you. I don't watch movie trailers at all. Um, but anyways, that's what I'm currently reading. And the other thing, the audiobook that I've been listening to, as I lift up this stack of like 6 books, I have the physical copy of as well. Because I like to like sometimes like switch between the two. But this is the Jesset Air. She's a thick girl. Here, comparison between the two. So, Hazelthorn is, how many pages is Hazelthorn? I think it's like 300 something. Yeah, 355-ish. And then this is a duology. And I think the second book is actually longer by a bit. Oh my gosh, this book is so long. Part of the reason I'm listening to it. 515 pages. I mean, not the longest book I've read this year, but she a thick girl. Anyways, so far, to be honest with you, I'm not like super enraptured by it. Bye-bye. But I haven't DNF'd it. I'm really bad at DNFing. And I don't know, I like the plot enough and like there's enough interesting things going on, but there is also an amount of gore because again, it is like a book about just like different like conflicts going on throughout like this like multiple countries, or I don't know how to say, different jurisdictions where there's different, people that are holding power, and like different people that are like, they're basically talking about the conflict between like the fallen Jasad and it's called Nival. We'll say that. Again, I like sometimes whenever I'm listening to an audiobook, I need to also read it as well. And I've mostly been like listening to this one because I listen to it like on my way like from work and on my way home. And sometimes I need to actually see the words, especially when they're in like different languages and stuff that are, not necessarily part of my everyday reality. I'm like, I don't know if like these are true places. Doesn't sound like it, like based off of this, but I'm not gonna go ahead and say that like I know that they're not, because that feels disrespectful. But anyways, that's my reading update. I'm hoping to finish Hazelthorn within the next like 2 days or so. But again, I haven't been feeling super great. I've been really nauseous. So I'm trying to be compassionate with myself. But yeah, more updates to come. Thank you. Okay, so we are currently thrifting at, I saw a book with a horse on it and I got distracted, but we're currently thrifting at the red, white, and blue. I forgot what it was called. And it's crazy in here. Very nervous and very overstimulated. So it's very loud. So I was trying to find a quiet place to record in this here thrift store, and the best I could find was this is where all Stanleys go to die. So yeah, that's pretty absurd. Look at all. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Yeah, there's a lot. You just keep going. There's a bunch up here. Bunch of glassware. Okay, so these are bagged Barbies. All your bagged Barbie doll needs. This is like kind of uncanny valley. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies. Ooh. I was not expecting to walk into the lesbian version of Heated Rivalry today. There's no hockey. It's just a thrift store with Barbies in a bag. Oh, there's Young. Yep. Alright, so far, this is the first time I've ever found a scrub top at a thrift store that I actually liked. But it's the Cherokee brand workwear, and it's kind of like that dry fit material. And I need another gray scrub top, so, and $4.99. If I can hit hello. That took 8 years. Then I found this. This is so cool. It's like this outdoor, like, I'm not sure, like, the hood isn't like giving like it could fit a helmet, but maybe. So that's why I hesitate to say like I think it's like ski or like snow sports, snowboarding, like anything like that wear. But I looked up this brand. It's called like Adventure. Hold on. Tag stitched in. Always a good sign. Always a good sign. Didn't mean to give you the double bird there. Excuse me. But yeah, it says, whoops, looks like I was having too much fun on my adventure and left this hoodie behind. Wonder what you were doing. Please contact me. I owe you a beer or a high five, depending on your age. And then, this is funny. Where is it? Oh, it's got this like little compartment for a bottle opener. Or, if you're me, maybe a little something else. Does not have to do with alcohol. A little something else. But yeah, and then I looked it up because my favorite thing to do is like be like, how much would this be at full price? Anywhere between like $125 to like $170. And that was on eBay used. So I don't even know. So I think that's all. I'm overstimulated and I'm hiding in the linens. Literally hiding in the linens. I could not be bothered to go through the yarn here, to be honest with you. This is the first time I've shown my face to the public in a minute, and I'm ready to not be in like here. I sound like I'm like on the verge of tears, but I swear I'm having a good time. I'm ready to head out. Also, if any of you ever do go to the red, white, and blue, they're cash only. So it's a good thing my friend who has cash with them is here with me, so I can pay him back after. So bring cash to the thrift, just in case, or the antique. Like, I've only borrowed books in class. This one, we should do all of them. Look at this. Like, yeah. A roller coaster. But this book, I think she's definitely. I was so distracted by a childhood classic that I was watching that clip back and Yes, sir. And mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. We got I'm terrified of that. Time last year I had a, well, not this time last year, but around January of last year, you know, I don't really do New Year's resolutions. I kind of try to do intentions and manifestations kind of thing, which like, you know, my kind of living, breathing, always changing TBR, like a rough idea of like, you know, however many, like maybe like half of like the books I project to read out of like X amount that I have a goal of reading. This year I have a goal of 52 books, being like reading a book a week, but I'm not gonna get super bent out of shape like, oh, did I finish a book this week? Or like, was it like a whole book in a week? Because I am always reading 2 books at the same time. One of them is gonna be like just like a hard copy that I'm sitting there reading on paper, and then the other is like whatever I'm listening to on my audiobooks, like on Spotify, because I use Spotify Premium for audiobooks. And I fortunately, and also like it's a hidden privilege with like having a long work commute, because I get so much reading done through, you know, audiobooks. Something I've noticed, however, is last year I had a goal of I had a goal of a book a month, so that was 12 books, and I way surpassed that. But I also wanted to fill a journal every month, and I want to say I did like 8 journals, which is pretty good. Maybe closer to 10. This year I'm still on the like journal that I was finishing up at the like November, December of 2025. Forgot what year it was there for a second. And I really have been neglecting not only writing but also art. I did a whole lot more like drawing and painting, specifically like watercolor, and specifically medium being horses. And I really have let that kind of fall away. And since I'm not journaling, and I have I have all these thoughts when I'm driving, if you couldn't tell I'm driving, I figured, hey, make it part of the video that you're putting together, because I like doing kind of a FaceTime style vlog regardless. So this is exactly, yeah, anyways, it makes sense. It's correct. So I was like, let's explore kind of like what is going into, other than just like convenience of not having to pick up a pen and paper, like instead of just being like, oh, I'm being lazy. It's like, what is going on in my life that is preventing me from writing my thoughts as just freely? Because I wrote last year like my pen was on fire. I wrote last year like Alexander Hamilton, bro. And this year I still write, but it'll just be like literally a paragraph here and there, versus, you know, multiple, I'm talking 3 to 5 front and back pages a day that I was writing last year, which is a huge difference. And so I'm considering what is kind of what is the incentive to me reading so much more than writing. And I think that, you know, everything going on in, specifically I live in the United States, and there's ICE presence all over the world. Of course, it's a huge problem here in the United States. And it's crazy how the East Coast is being affected so much. I live in Pennsylvania, and I keep on seeing more and more like warnings of like ice in the area, land being sold for camps that are giving concentration camps, giving internment camps. Like, it's really scary. And I am non-binary and trans, but I'm very femme-passing. And a lot of my friends who are trans, and maybe they are in the middle of, male to female or female to male transitioning, they're talking to me about just having zero hope. And I try my best to do what I can to try to support them and comfort them, give them resources, but some people literally have lost all hope. What do you do when somebody has lost all hope? I'm so scared. I don't want to lose my friends. So if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. Or if you know of any support lines, there's one that I know of that are like specifically for not necessarily people who have been taken by ICE, or who have loved ones who have been taken and or murdered by ICE, but more just like support for like everything that's fucking going on with, just living in this point in history. Anyways, obviously, fuck ICE, fuck MAGA, fuck Trump, fuck Proud Boys, free Palestine. Goes without saying. But all that to say, in regards to why I think I might be reading more than I'm writing, is I use reading as such and just like a kind of dissociative like escape. Like, I think of it as like kind of mindful dissociation, if that's even a thing. Hey, therapist, comment below. Is this just regular old cognitive dissonance, or am I onto something? Probably I am not onto something. And it's just been so much easier, instead of documenting what's going on pen and paper, just like taking myself out of this world and reading and immersing myself into universes that these problems aren't necessarily going on, or reading nonfiction and trying to like educate myself on what the fuck is going on and trying to arm myself with knowledge, because I have like goals of like reading at least one nonfiction book a month, and I'm caught up with that currently, but I really want to read more about just how socialism and fascism like kind of like can creep into a society. I want to learn more about Palestine and the history behind the war between them and Israel, and the United States involvement, etc., etc. I want to learn as much as I possibly can, in order not only to save my life, but to save, more importantly, the lives of people around me, and understand like what our rights are, and like how we can demonstrate that, how we can, like, things that we can do, even if it's small things, to try to freaking dismantle this fascist tyranny. I don't know, maybe I sound overly hopeful and just stupid, but I guess that's my little vlog journal entry on my way home from work, and these are the thoughts I'm having. So thought I'd
and share. Thank you for listening.
What do you smell? Come on. What are you doing? Gotta go potties. Snowing again, and I love it. I love the snow. She says my paws are cold, but at least I got my coat on.